Good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing on this Friday morning? Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to Passion, Purpose, and Possibilities. Hope everyone is doing well this Friday morning. So I wanted to come on for a few minutes. Excuse me. And talk about education. As we continue to grow and go through life, continue to improve ourselves and improve where we are in our career, in our business. We find it necessary to continue to grow and educate ourselves. To continue to learn. And one thing I've found, and I'm constantly reminded of, is learning and education does not stop at high school. Excuse me. It does not stop when you graduate high school or college. And learning does not necessarily mean schooling. That's not to say anything negative towards school. People have their own opinions about that, but there are several ways that you can become more educated and you can learn more. And I like what it says in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And I'm quoting in chapter 5 of Specialized Knowledge. It's talking about Henry Ford. It says, "Many people make the mistake of assuming that because Henry Ford had but little schooling, he is not a man of education. Those who make this mistake do not know Henry Ford, nor do they understand the real meaning of the word educate." Sorry, I'm got my other screen off to the side, so that's what I'm looking at. The word is derived from the Latin word educo, meaning to educe, to draw out, or to develop within. An educated man is not necessarily one who has an abundance of general or specialized knowledge. An educated man is one who has developed the faculties of his mind that he may acquire anything he wants or its equivalent without violating the rights of others. Henry Ford comes well within the meaning of this definition. I like where it says to develop from within. We're expressing our inner abilities, our inner desires, whatever. Take a painter, and he may know how to paint, but as he continues to learn, he's going to develop that skill from within. He's going to understand techniques better. He's going to understand the different tools better and how to apply them. When to use them, when to apply them, when not to use them. To continue to educate and to develop from within is a never-ending adventure. You know, if if you approach it with the right attitude, with the right mindset and mentality. Because if you're going to school and you hate every minute of it, you know, you're not going to get as much out of it. But if you're going to school with the attitude of I'm going to school to learn this skill, this set of knowledge, you know, and because I'm going to do that, it's going to allow me to do this. You know, it's going to allow me to help more people and improve myself more and enhance the lives of myself and my family and those around me. And, you know, then you'll get a whole lot more out of it. You won't dread it. You won't think of it as a task you have to get done. You know, and kind of same thing with, you know, all forms of education. Going to a business webinar, going to a workshop, listening to a podcast, reading a book. I'm reading Think and Grow Rich, and if I have the attitude that it's a task I have to get done, it's like something else I have to do, then I'm not going to get as much out of it. You know, let's say I grow. I'm certainly going to grow. But let's say with the poor attitude of I have to get this done kind of thing, and I'm going to grow up to here, versus if I'm like, I'm educating myself to develop within, to enhance my life, to enhance those around me, to enhance my lifestyle of myself and my family, then I'm going to grow more like up here. You know, I'm going to get a lot more out of it. I'm going to get more excited. I'm going to understand it more. I'm going to want to read it more and want to learn more. And, you know, whether that's a workshop I go to, or a webinar I get on, or a book I read, or if I go to school, or training in the office, or whatever it is, you know, if you look at it with the right attitude and you remember the true, what does it say here? The real meaning of the word educate is, part of it is to develop from within. You know, so I used to, years ago, look at it as they're sending me to this training so they can make the company grow and profit more. Woohoo. You know, it's not going to do me much. I'm still going to get paid about the same. Now I look at it as like, okay, I'm getting this training. Yeah, it's going to help the company grow, which is awesome. But not only that, I'm growing. I have those extra skills so that if, you know, if something unfortunate happens to the company, or I quit or lose my job, or whatever the scenarios, I have those skills that I can take elsewhere. You know, whatever those skills may be. Even, and, you know, let's say the company survives and thrives, grows phenomenally, and I love my job, I stay there, I'm still developing me. You know, yes, the company is benefiting, but I'm getting the most benefit out of it because I'm developing me. You know, by learning how to develop myself better. And that's a skill in itself. learning how to learn. You know, learning how to learn better can be a skill itself. Develop yourself better so that way you get more out of it, you understand it more, which in turn is going to help you as you live your passion, your purpose, and pursue those possibilities. So I'd love to see your comments. What are you doing to educate yourself? What are you doing to continue to grow and learn and continue to develop from within? And I'd love to see your comments. If you need help, reach out. Make it a great day. Make it an awesome weekend. And on the note of that weekend, got the holiday weekend coming up. What are you doing on this holiday weekend? Are you taking the whole week off? Gonna go do whatever? Or are you gonna still utilize some of that time to develop yourself, to learn, to continue to grow and educate yourself, as well as those around you? I happen to be planning some road trips in the future. And so I've always got my books with me, whether physical books or on Audible. So you can use those road trip times or times on the airplane, whatever, to continue to educate yourself. Reread that chapter. I've probably read chapter 4 50 different times. Or I'll read it, and then sometimes I'll read 1 or 2 paragraphs. And then I'll just really study those 2 paragraphs, and then that'll help me understand another paragraph better. So I'm continually learning more and gaining more and understanding more every time I read that chapter, that paragraph, that book. And it's just continues like that. And book A, sometimes book A and book B can go hand in hand. Like for example, I'm reading Think and Grow Rich, but I'm also listening to a lot of Bob Proctor material. And as you know, Bob Proctor, anyone who's listened to Bob Proctor for more than 30 seconds knows that he has studied Think and Grow Rich and continues to study since like 1963, somewhere right in there. So he's been reading that same book, among other books I'm sure, but reading that same book over and over since 1963. And he's continuing to develop and grow and learn from that book, to develop from within. So I feel pretty confident in saying that he knows a thing or two about that book. So with listening to his webinars, a bunch of his material, while I'm reading Think and Grow Rich, has given me a tremendous advantage versus just reading the book on my own. I've got a lot more out of it. I've gotten a lot more hints, tidbits, nuggets, if you will, from things that he's learned over the years that I can look for that I wouldn't have thought to look for before. And as I've mentioned before, and as he's mentioned in some of his material, get a mentor. You need a mentor. Even our mentors have mentors. Bob Proctor has mentors. Tony Robbins has mentors. And they're continuing to get mentorship. They're continuing to learn and to develop from within. Tony Robbins is not done developing within. He's still learning. He's still growing. And that in itself is motivation for me. You know, for a while I used to think that I had to know everything in my craft before I can mentor somebody else. But over time I've understood that that's not true. You know, I need to know my craft. But if, let's say, I'm right here in my craft, just whatever, I can help people that are down here get to where I'm at. And while they're getting up here, I'm continually learning up here. And you'll find the same, I'm sure, in your own experience. You know, please comment below, what has your experience been? You know, as you've developed yourself and helped those down here in your craft get to where you are. And then when they get to where you are, by the time that happens, you're up here, then you're able to help them get even further and help more people. So, education is key. And this is my personal belief. I don't believe that anyone is too young to start learning. You know, if they want to start learning, by all means, go for it. You know, I'm teaching my 8-year-old boy. I want him to learn this thing. I want him to do better than me. I want him to be ahead. By the time he's my age, I want him to be a lot further ahead than where I am. You know, I want him to learn from my experiences and from what I didn't learn when I wish I would have learned. If that makes sense. So while you're living your passion and your purpose and pursuing those possibilities, keep developing from within. And let me know how I can help. Make it a great Friday. Make it a great weekend. Have a fun and safe holiday weekend, and do something today that'll make next week even better. We'll see you next time.